Okay, so our time is 7:03, and good evening to everyone. I would like to welcome you to this 21st century class. This is the nighttime schedule for the 21st century, which is on a Monday and a Wednesday schedule, right? So the video lecture is scheduled every Monday, while the online class is scheduled every Wednesday. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you didn't get lost in terms of the time schedule. Okay, so before I proceed, before I continue, especially for those foreign students, or maybe we have exchange students here, let me give you an explanation with regards to the schedule of this class. If you notice that the class time is offered on a different time, so it's not equally divided. Usually daytime classes would have 1 hour and 15 minutes, right? But night classes are usually given on an unbalanced time. So if you will see for today, I can check the schedule. For today, usually it's we're given only 50 minutes, while on a Monday, we're given a longer time. And because of that unbalanced schedule, I decided to make it balanced for us to, to easy conduct our class. So when I say balance, that means to say the video lecture that you will be watching every Monday will be a minimum of 45-minute video lecture. And for today, we will have supposedly a 1 hour, 15-minute class time using this Zoom. Okay, but because this is just the beginning or the first meeting, I don't think I will consume the whole time. I just want to get to know each one of you and would officially start the class hopefully next week. Okay, for those who have not opened their cameras yet, please turn on your camera. I appreciate that you are muting your microphones. That's good, but I would like to see the faces of my students. So please, for those whose cameras are not on yet, please turn on your cameras. Don't be shy to show your faces. Okay. And because this is an online class, I would normally or regularly require you to show your face. So I guess I will decide that once you are online, but I don't see you, that means to say I cannot give you the attendance credit. For the past semester experiences, there are students who would just turn on the Zoom link but will not be there for the meeting. And I learned my lesson. That's why I will be requiring my students at this time to really turn on their video cameras. So I hope that's fine with you. You're all pretty and handsome, so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing to be ashamed about your faces. Okay, so there are 10 students right now. I wonder what happened to the half of the class. Even though anybody here who's in quarantine right now? Anybody in quarantine? Because there are students who have sent me a message that they are still in quarantine. I guess even though you're in quarantine, you can still go online, right? There's no rule that you cannot go online if you're in quarantine. But anyway, let's just wait for them. Probably they get lost along the way because there's one student here who told me that she did not see the notice. So I assume that all of you have seen the notice, right? I have posted it. I don't know exactly what day, but I have posted it early enough for you to not to get lost, prepare for the requirements of this class. So I can see that those who are here have complied with the requirement of having their IDs starting with the 21stC51 dash and their student ID number. Thank you for complying. For those who haven't complied yet, because probably you haven't seen the notice, please create an ID for this class. It's easy for me to record your schedule, your participation if I see your ID numbers. Of course, I recognize your faces, but it's hard for me to reconcile the face and the number as I check the attendance. Okay, so let me see if my attendance system is already working. So I can, yeah, it is working right now. So I can probably, yeah, there are 26. So let me just start recording your names. I can see also familiar faces. I have students who have been my students before. So can I just shout your ID number, and if you are here, can you just say present? 531-7514. None. 534-2533. Sonia Jean. 534-2715. 543-4461. 549-9150. 549-9194. 551-5110.
Here.
Yeah, Sally, that's you, right? 555-3100. Not here. 555-3389. 555-6232. 555-6459. 555-6536. 555-6809. 555-7698. Oh. 5619031. 5628029.
Here.
Okay, 29 here. Where's that? I'm sorry, 5630356. Oh, there's a 555-3389. Okay, I miss you. Son Jihon. Is this right? Son Jihon?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, okay. Then we have, let me see, 5890. 566. Kim Harry, right? Kim Harry?
Here.
Yeah, okay. And then we have a foreign student here, 70017 to 5. How do you say your name? Katya.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, what's it?
Moiseva.
Moiseva. Where are you from, Katya?
I'm from Russia.
Yeah, you're from Russia. Are you here right now in Korea?
Yes, yes. I've just been in quarantine, so I'm here properly since yesterday. And in the quarantine, the internet was really, really bad, so I couldn't even connect to class properly.
Okay. Why did you choose the night class? You're here. I mean, it would
Yeah,
be good.
I have teaching as well, so I teach during the day.
Okay.
And so yeah, I thought the night class would be good for that because I'm teaching during the day.
Okay. So I just wonder why. Your exchange. How long
Yes,
will you be here?
first semester only
First
for now.
semester, and you're teaching.
Yes.
Then we have 700-1637. Is the person here? No. Those are not called. I cannot see your ID number. So please reflect your ID number so I can check your attendance for now. Mia, what's your ID number? Can't remember your Chinese name.
5675621.
567. Li Shen.
5621.
Yeah, Li Shen. Right, Mia?
Li Zhen.
Li Shen. Li Shen. Li
Yeah,
Shen. They check.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Then who else do we have here? 5872. Uh, so let me just repeat those who are here. I don't think I have the right number because I only have checked 6 people. How come I cannot see the other students? Mia, 890. Okay, again. 551, 5110, 555, 3389. These are the present, okay? 5620, 5628, 566, 5890, then 567, 5621, 700, 1725. Who did I not call? Okay, what's your
You
idea?
didn't call
Okay,
me.
566. Yeah, hold on. Shohain, is that
Yeah,
right? Shohain. Okay, who else? Who else?
me as well.
Yeah, I have
I'm
called.
the foreign student.
Yeah, I've called you, Katya, right? Your
Yeah, I didn't just hear when you read it again, but I didn't hear it. Sorry.
yeah, your attendance is already recorded. Who else?
Okay.
566 5872. What's your name? Kim. 566 5872. Kim, how do you say this?
Kim Chu-young.
Chuyong, Kim Chuyong.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, 8. Who else is missing? Who did I miss? One more. 5, 3, 4. Sonia Jean, right? 534 2533. Sonia
Yeah.
Jean. Okay, so that's it. So 9 people. All right, so I'm done checking the attendance. Okay, so how do we start from now? May I ask those people who are here, are you comfortable talking with me? Because this is not a listening class. This is an interactive class, meaning to say that I will not talk here for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but I will be interacting with you. Are you okay with that? Yes, okay, so I can see some nods. That's good. There are some who have been in my classes, like Nia and Sally. The rest are not with me. So yet, so this is your first time for some who are here, right? So those who are first timers, let me see your name. Sonia Jean. Would you like to introduce yourself? Sonia Jean. Would you like to say something about yourself? Your major is tourism, right? Can you? Can you talk? Let's see. From another. So I have mostly students major in tourism except Katya. Katya, can you introduce yourself? Katya.
Yes, I hear you. I am Moiseva Katya, and I come from Russia. And I currently study in Hungary, but I came here as an exchange student, and I teach during the day English language.
Okay, so what's your major?
My major is teaching English and German language and culture.
Okay, so what makes you interested to take this class?
Well, I thought it was always very interesting to learn about cultures and tourism and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to learn it.
Okay, but this is 21st century. I mean, it has another content. It doesn't
Yeah, no,
contain.
I mean, I want to learn more about everything, to be honest, regarding the 21st century and everything regarding that. Sorry, I'm just a little, something happened. So
Yeah, so
I
I'm
got
just
a little, yeah,
wondering,
caught up.
but because probably you're in the wrong class because this is 21st century.
No,
So,
no, no, I'm in the right
right,
class right now.
okay.
Yeah, but I just made a tiny mistake. Sorry about that. something
Okay.
happened in between.
Yeah, just to make sure that you're in the right class. Son Jihon, would you like to introduce yourself?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Son Ji-hoon and my major is tourism and encouragement. My hobby is playing computer game and I like eating Korean food.
Okay, what's your favorite?
My favorite is kimchi jjigae.
Okay, you're very Korean, kimchi jjigae. Okay,
Yes,
it's
thank you.
good to hear from you. Then Sally, would you like to do the second? Would you like to follow him?
My name is Seon Kim, and also my English name is Sally. So if you have chance to call me, you can call Sally. And my major is tourism management. And last year I heard the another class. It will be fun to hear another class today.
Okay, thank you. Mia, are you in China, Mia? Or are you back?
No.
Are you in Korea now?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you arrive?
Introduce myself.
Yes.
Hello everyone. My name is Mia and I come from China. I'm glad to meet you here. Very happy. I like to travel and sports. Last semester, the professor class is very interesting, so I choose again, and I major in tourism management, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Who would like to be the next one? Who would like to introduce yourself? Even in Korean, it's okay. Maybe some students here can translate. Who wants to be the next? We cannot keep quiet here. For the tourism management students, is it your first time, except for the two who have been my students last semester? Is this your first time to attend an English class? I mean, an English medium class? Yes? Is this your first time? So you're still shy to speak? So when do you think you will be participating in the activities? Because I'm not here as a radio. You know what I mean? I'm not here to just talk. We have to talk. We have to talk to each other. That's why I worry if you will just look at me. I'm not so beautiful to look at only. You have to talk to me, okay? So even though I know you can speak English, it's just that you are shy. So I'm giving you another chance to introduce yourself. Come on, ladies. I know you can speak. You will not lose your face if you will open your mouth. Come on, there's nothing wrong. Yes, go ahead. Yes, good.
My name is Hye In Cho, and my major is tourism management. And I'm really interested in this subject because actually I studied abroad 3 years ago in Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I take this course since 3 years ago, and when I came back to Korea, I still want to speak English with someone, so yeah, I choose this subject.
Okay, so how long did you stay in the Philippines?
Since in high school to college, almost 4 years,
4 years. Do you speak Tagalog?
little bit.
What Tagalog can you say?
Kuya, ate.
Oh, good.
mm,
Where did you stay? Which part?
Manila in Crescent, Manila, yeah.
I'm from there. Where in Manila?
BF Homes, do you know BF Homes?
Yes, Parañaque.
Yes, there are many Koreans living there, and I live
Okay,
there too.
I see. So, did you study in the Philippines in a school?
Yes, yes.
Where?
Um, Southfield International School.
Oh, you're in Southville. That's
Oh,
also,
you mean?
I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you understand some of the words. So like ate, kuya. Okay, it's good to hear.
Yeah.
And you're back here in Korea for good?
Yes, not bad.
Okay, so welcome to this class.
Thank you.
So who else? Who else? Come on, ladies. I'm waiting for you. It's a long wait if you will not talk. Don't worry. We will not judge you as you speak. Come on. Okay, nobody wants to introduce herself? We have one guy here. So, are you graduating soon? Son Jion, are you graduating soon?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Are you graduating? How many more semesters before you graduate?
Oh, I don't understand. Is your words?
Okay, so I'm asking if you are a graduating student.
What means in graduating?
You will finish your major. Are you going to finish? How many more semesters before you graduate?
Sorry, I don't understand. I don't know, and how to I say about it.
Okay, so let's see. So if you don't want to if you're not ready yet to introduce yourself, I think I have to start the orientation so that you can have a glimpse of what we're going to have for this class, okay? So I'm sorry, that's a chat. Share my screen with you. Can you see my screen, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so welcome to the 21st Century Skills course. You might be wondering, is my speaking okay? Or should I speak slowly? If you do not understand me, please inform me that you do not understand. If you have questions as I do the presentation, please interrupt me, okay? So that's how we understand each other. You have to let me know that you don't understand, that you have a question, so that we just don't proceed. So, okay, so this is the first slide about the content of this course. It's called 21st Century Skills. You might be wondering, why is it 21st Century Skills? I'm going to talk about it later. Okay, why is not my slide not moving? Okay, so I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Arneline Torres. I am Professor Arneline Torres, and some of you knew me already. I am with the Tourism Management Department of the College of Business and Administration, and I'm here as your course facilitator. So those who have questions or would like to get in touch with me in connection to our course or the lesson or the topic that we will be talking about, I am giving you my contact information. You can send me a message through direct messaging, or you can use Kakao Talk. I'm also in Kakao Talk. Or you can send me an email through my Gmail account, or you can just use Edward Portal to communicate with me. Okay, so I will be very happy to answer your questions or whatever inquiries you have in relation to our class. So, what is the course description of this 21st century skills course? So, as you see here, we have several description. I made it simpler for you so that you can pick up the essence of what we're going to talk about in this class. So, the first description of this class is this is actually a class that will explore the essential elements, okay, needed for the acquisition of knowledge. Let me just read it in full. Acquisition of knowledge and competencies to cope with the demands of the 21st century. First, before we talk about this description, let me give you a view of what is a 21st century. So, how do we understand the 21st century? Anybody? So what's the difference between the 20th century and the 21st century? And why are we bothered about the 21st century? There are so many things happening in this world, right? And one of the things that is very obvious is the presence of technology, right? So as you see, wherever you go, whatever you do, there's always technology. If you want to communicate with someone, what do you use? You use your smartphone, right? If you want to watch something, you can also use your smartphone because your smartphone has many features that can definitely answer your needs, whether be it listening to music, watching a video, getting information, any information, whether be it about news, about the weather today, about what will be the weather tomorrow, you use your smartphone. And not only the smartphone, but if you go to a restaurant, what do you notice? You have less contact with people. So what do you do when you go to KFC? You don't talk to the service personnel, but instead you go to a machine, to a kiosk, and what do? You talk to the machine. Talking means not just talking loudly, but you're communicating by using your finger and encoding what you would like to order, right? If you want to reserve for a bus ticket, what do? You just get an app from your phone and then you do it the same way. So if you will be working now, okay, after you graduate, if you will be working, what do you think will be the setup in the workplace? The workplace would be full of technology. The workplace will be fully automated, right? And that means to say, we have to be ready on how we will use the technology. And time will come, it's actually happening in some parts of Korea, that there's already a robot that serves people, right? So not only that, but also drones are being used for delivery. So what is my point here? My point here is the presence of technology that makes our life easier and at the same time threatens our future. Why do I say threatening our future? It threatens our future because before, jobs that are done by people are now done by machines, right? So are you asking yourself, what can you do in the future when you graduate if people are being replaced by technology, if people are being replaced by artificial intelligence, if there are, automated things that you can use? So where will you be placed? Don't you worry about that. So that's a description of the 21st century. And in that case, because of the presence of technology, because of automation, we have less jobs to do. Okay? So when we have less jobs to do, what is there for you now after you graduate? Are you not afraid that you will not get a job because technology is there? You need not to be. Because of course, who made the technology? It's people. So meaning to say, if you can make yourself more tok-tok, more smarter than the machines, then definitely there is a place for you. So the point of this course, or the idea of this course, would be to equip you with the knowledge. What knowledge? The knowledge that you have to have, the competencies, meaning to say the skills that you have to cope with the demands of the 21st century. Okay? So if you're going to ask yourself, are you ready for the workplace? Do you think when you apply for a job, you'll be able to get the position that you are aspiring for? Ask yourself, do you have enough knowledge now? Do you have the skills needed? Probably you are in progress. And when I say in progress, you're still acquiring those skills. Good thing if you know it. Good thing if you know how to enrich yourself as you acquire knowledge, as you develop your skills, as you build your competencies. But what if you don't? Okay, so that's the number one objective of this course, and that's actually the description. That is something that is contained as we take this 21st century class. The next description of the course is it will give you an opportunity to acquire broad set of skills. What is that set of skills? For your success in further education and life. I don't believe that there are other courses or subject that offers the same thing as what is being offered in this 21st century class. Like you will be able to enhance your communication skills, your creativity, your collaboration skills, probably your decision making, what else? Maybe your problem solving, or how will you comprehend things. These are the set of skills that are not available in the other subjects, but it is available here. The skills that I've mentioned are the skills that what we call in another name as soft skills. Soft skills. If you need to know how to do things like, for example, driving, right? You cannot drive a car without a driving skill. It's the same thing also with the soft skills that I mentioned. And where will you use it? Not only for your career, but all throughout your life. Meaning to say that we are not just equipping you for you to cope with your life as a student, but this set of skills is for your success. Not only student success, but also success in life. Like I always tell my students, you have to have a dream. Okay, why do you have to have a dream? Because, of course, after you graduate in the university, what do you plan to do with your life? Do you have plans now? There are so many students, if I talk to them and if I ask them, how do you see yourself after you graduate? And always I hear the answer, mola. Right? But why? I mean, until when will you receive allowance from your parents? Until when are you going to be dependent on your parents? Time will come that you have to be independent. And how can you be independent? If you can earn your own money. And how can you make or earn your own money if you don't have the skills? That's why we have to know what are these skills and we have to have it with us. Okay? Now, moving on. So these skills that I'm telling you about are the skills that are identified as the 21st century skills. So we say, or this is the description of the 21st century. The 21st century is complex. What is complex? It's complex because there's nothing permanent. It's always complicated. Whenever you go to places, probably now they're using this machine, but maybe after a few years, it will be a different machine. Now, let me just give you a simple example of how things are becoming complex. Look at the phone before. So probably when you were young, there's no smartphone. But what we just have is a regular phone, a landline phone, right? A phone that you cannot bring anywhere, but you can only use it at home. Then comes the progress. That land phone has another version, and that another version becomes the cellular phone. Okay? The cellular phone is different from a landline phone because the cellular phone can be brought anywhere. So what function that does it have before? You can call and you can send message, right? And then moving forward, what happened to the cellular phone? It became a smartphone. Why did they call it a smartphone? Because aside from calling and messaging function, it can do other things, right? Like taking picture, posting videos, watching something. That's why it's called, a smartphone. So it's very complicated. Complicated in a sense that, can you see what will be the phone in the future from now? Do you see how can it happen? Probably if now your phone weighs maybe 200 grams, probably time will come. You don't need to carry a phone. Probably you can just use a palm and dial it like this because you have the optic fiber that can be attached to your hand and you don't need to carry anything. Like before, we use money, right? What do we need money for when we buy something? But now, do you need money? The money form? Not anymore. What do you have to have? Credit card. Some are using application that they have on the phone. They use it for paying money. So life is becoming more complex, even though it becomes easier. And another important description of the 21st century is what we call the competitiveness. When we say competitiveness, look around you. The competition for getting a job is very stiff. Before, Korean competes against Korean. But now, because we have a global, I would say global competition, that means to say, you don't only compete with a Korean for a certain position, but you compete with people coming from other countries. And these people coming from other countries might be smarter than you. Okay? So if they are smarter than you, how do you get a job that you're dreaming about? So becoming competitive is something that we have to be aware of. How can we make ourselves competitive? Meaning to say, if there are 10 candidates for one position, what is your chance of getting the position? And also, the environment or the workplace is becoming knowledge-based. What is knowledge-based? During the early times, probably you were not born yet during that time, probably my time. Knowledge can only be available using a media, like newspaper, like television, like probably encyclopedia or books, right? But now, knowledge is reachable. How? You'd like to know what temperature do we have at the moment? What do? You don't need to ask, right? You don't need to call a certain number, but just get your smartphone and check what temperature do we have right now. So the knowledge is everywhere. That's why I say, if you want to know what is 21st century skills, you don't need to rely on me alone. You can just search, you can Google search, you can Naver search, and it will give you the information. What is 21st century? If you have a question, like you don't know how to cook kimchi jjigae, if your oma is not around, you don't need to call your oma, right? What do you need to do? Search kimchi jjigae, how to cook. Not only instructions, but it can also give you like a video that will teach you how to do it step by step. Okay, so knowledge is there. Now, as I've said, you have to be smarter, because if knowledge is available, then where will you be? There's no need of you to be there, right? That's why you have to be there, but you have to be more knowledgeable than any gadget that is available. And that your knowledge is something that is higher than what can be reached or accessed. Now, why do we say information age in connection to knowledge-based information age is information is free now? Why do I say information is free? Before, what do? You know, some people, I think it's a common scene here in Korea. You know, the fortune teller. You know, the fortune teller, the one that does they have like a tent, and usually I've seen one in the East Gate. So they're there offering you to read your future, right? Have you tried that one? But they don't just, you know, don't just look at your face and tell what's your future. What do they ask? Have you tried before? What do they ask? They ask your birthday, right? They ask the time because it has a science. And it's not something that they know alone. It's not a knowledge that is coming only from the fortune teller, because it's something written. It's a science. There's a science in fortune telling. So what do? They sell that idea, but they are getting obsolete now, because if you will just Google and check what is my future for tomorrow, you'll see a lot of horoscope. So the information is there. If you ask, oh, with my weight right now, am I in the ideal weight, or do I have to lose, or do I have to gain more? You need not to go to a doctor. Why? You just search, this is my height, this is my weight, assess, and it will give you an assessment. It's all free, right? It's all free. That's why I'm not requiring you to buy a book, because we can get the information. We just have to know where to get the information. If you're given an assignment by your teacher and you don't have a book, what do? You have to be resourceful, right? And how resourceful are you? You can be resourceful if you know where to search for the answer. Okay? So information age is something wherein information is all free to anybody. You just have to know how to search for it. And then the 21st century is also described as a technologically driven economy. I've already mentioned examples a while ago, like as I've said, when you go to a restaurant, there's a machine or there's a tablet wherein that tablet will definitely be something that will replace the old menu. You just have to browse, take a look at the offerings, at the photo, and then interactively, it will take your order. It will give you how much you're gonna pay at the end of the meal, right? So those are businesses. That's actually the whole of it. When you are riding a bus, when after school, you will be waiting for a bus. What do? How do you see technology there? So simply, when you are in the bus stop, you have a monitor that says, this bus number will arrive in 10 minutes. This bus number in this time. Before, no idea. You just have to stand in there and wait, right? But now, it's very easy. You know that you have to run. You know that you can walk slowly, because you know the time when the bus or the train will be coming. And anywhere you go, whether it's a bank, it's a restaurant, it's a public space, there is the technology. And at home also, if I'm going to ask you, how many technology do you have at home? Not only you, right? If you are four in the family, probably each of you for sure has your smartphone and another gadget, probably a tablet or probably a laptop. Probably you have a smart TV, probably you have a smart home. So that's the description of the 21st century. And as I've said, the situation that we have right now is complex. It's competitive, or there's a high competition. it's knowledge based, it's information driven, and it's powered by technology. So how do we insert ourselves? In my time, it's easy because life is simpler, because there's less technology. But as we go through years, it will be more complicated. Okay? Like probably you've heard of the idea that Earth is not the only place to live, that people can also live where? Have you heard about that? Where can you live aside from Earth? They're considering Venus, right? To be a space for living. I'm not sure if Venus or Mars, but there's another planet that they're looking at because they said that the Earth is getting populated and that we need more space. And scientists found out there's another space where people can live. So we don't know what can happen. Okay, so this course prepares you, university students, by engaging you in a thoughtful dialogue and activities. I say thoughtful dialogue because, as I've said, you're not just there to look at me. I'm not good to look at for 1 hour and 15 minutes, but you're there to have a dialogue with me and to do activities that will develop you to become a better version of yourself. That is only if you want to develop yourself. I can give you a recipe, like I can give you a procedure, I can give you activities, but it's all up to you how you will respond to it. Okay? So do we have questions? None? So can I continue? Okay, moving on. So what is the course objectives? There are 3 objectives that we have for this course. First is to make you a lifelong learner. How do we understand a lifelong learner? A lifelong learner is somebody who keeps on educating himself. These 2 pictures here. Somebody who keeps on educating himself or herself. It doesn't mean that you will graduate from the university, that you will not study anymore, right? Because learning is fun. Learning is life. That's why it says here, never stop learning, or else you will be left behind. Look at the Harabuji. Look at the harmony that you see in the subway station. They know how to operate smartphone, right? They know how to play Sugar Crash. So if they did not learn that, do you think they will be able to operate the smartphone? No. So I'm so happy looking at them because I actually can say that they never stop learning. They know because they cannot say, oh, I don't have that during my time. I cannot cope with it. So these are examples of what we call lifelong learners, people who don't stop learning. Okay? So I want you to become a lifelong learner. Lifelong learner who are knowledge creators. Who do you think made the applications? Whose idea is it to really put on an application in the phone that will tell you the weather forecast for maybe a month or more than a month? So somebody created that, right? So that means to say you can survive the 21st century if you can create a knowledge. Is it complicated? Probably at first, but when you get used to it, knowledge creation becomes easy for you, right? Look at fried chicken. Originally, what kind of fried chicken does Korea has? It only has a simple chicken with salt and with pepper fried that is available for delivery even during the early times, even during the 1930s. But look at how many variations of fried chicken Korea has now. There's, I don't know how to say it in Korean, but there's the chili chicken, the spicy chicken, right? The sonsal chicken, the chicken with kanjang, and so many variations. That's created by people who are knowledgeable in coming up with variations of chicken. And it's becoming popular. Okay? So you can be a knowledge creator because if you have knowledge, you can sell that. You are a very important person in a company. Look at the evolution of cars. Look at what's happening. We have now cars that can run without a driver. Have you heard about that? Cars that can, drive without the driver. That car, it's available in the Middle East, in UAE specifically. So you just have to dial your car, tell your car where you are, run by GPS. It will pick you up where you are, and then it will deliver you to the place that you would like to go. Okay? So knowledge creators, tech savvy. How many smartphone app do you have in your phone? How many? Can you count? How many applications do you have? I guess more than 20. Right? But question, do you use it all? Or it's just there? Right? But the smartphone is a smartphone because it can do almost everything for you. A lot of students are asking, Professor, how did you survive in Korea if you don't know how to speak Korean? Honestly, I don't speak Korean. I can understand, but I don't speak Korean. I've been here for 10 years or moving to 11, and I don't speak Korean. But how did I survive? I'm smart because I have a smartphone. If I do have a problem, if I'm talking with someone who speaks only Korean, I give my smartphone. I give them the Google Translate, and we can understand each other. Okay? So if you're tech savvy, it's not a problem for you. It can make your life simpler because it can solve, problems. Like for example, I have to go to Susunggo and I don't know how to get there. What will I do? Navigation, right? So what kind of navigation? I cannot just say, Siri, give me a navigation. I have to know what navigation will work here in Korea. So if you know that, it will make your life easy, especially if you are a student who's doing a project. And also becoming a problem solver. Question, do you know how you recognize a problem? Do you know? Because some people think they have a problem, but in reality, they don't have a problem. They just don't recognize whether it's a problem or not. So we will try to understand how to identify a problem, how to solve a problem, and we will try to have, we will have activities that will let us practice how to solve problems. Innovator. What is an innovator? An innovator is someone who can create something from another thing. Like as I've said a while ago, you have fried chicken, and you're creating variations of chicken, so you're innovating. Maybe you can innovate yourself also. How do you innovate yourself? How do you make yourself presentable when you apply for a job? That's innovating yourself. Okay? So another important quality that you have to have is for you to become an effective communicator. A lot of Korean students think that effective communication is only speaking English. It's wrong. English is required. English is a must, but it's not all. There are so many ways of communicating, right? So how do you communicate? You can use your hand, right? You can use your body language. You can use a sound. You can use an image, and you can effectively communicate. You just have to know how. Okay? Who share ideas with others and respond positively to change. Okay? People are being rattled when there's change. When there's change, their tendency is become depressed. Their tendency is to be problematic. Their tendency is to resist change. But there's only one thing in this world that is not permanent, and that is change. So how do we cope with change? Okay, like for example, nowadays we are limited to, like for example, this kind of class wherein we have to see each other face to face, because a lot of you probably is afraid of, getting the virus. That's why you don't want to be in the classroom. So some of my students said that, oh teacher, it's so hard for me to understand your lesson because I'm used to face and I don't have the motivation to listen to your class because it's online. But what if this will not change soon? What will you do? Will you just stop studying because you cannot go to class? We have to cope with change, right? And knowing how to cope with change is something that will definitely favor us. Okay? So I think I will just stop because maybe you have an information overload at this point, right? So probably too much English for you. I worry about my Korean students. I don't worry about Katya, who is a foreign student here. Katya, are you still with us?
Yes, yes, I listen. I hear everything. Thank you.
Yeah, but I worry about you because, of course, this class is actually for students who are practicing English and those who are in tourism major. So you may find it boring. And if you find it boring, probably I would recommend that you consider the daytime class. But anyway, if you just have to be, if you want to be with us, because of course there's a lot of things also that you can contribute in this class, it would be a good idea to share culture, to share experiences, to share things that you know in this class. So I do appreciate you being here, but I worry that you might, get bored as we do the classes, because my style of speaking here is simpler compared to, the way I conduct my daytime class. Okay, so that's what we have talked about, is only the course description and the first two objectives. We still have some, no, yeah, the first objective, we still have a lot of things to discuss, but I might probably do a recording for that. So if you want to have a repeat of what I said and about the different topics, you can always play it again. So this also is being recorded so that if you missed something or if there's something that you don't hear well and you want to play it back, you can play it back. I will be uploading the video. I don't know where, probably in YouTube. And then I'm going to give you the link using our Edward portal. Okay? So I think that's all for now. I don't want to, to give you a headache with too much information. I know that a lot of you, the Korean students, can understand me. At this point, they're just shy to talk, to speak. But the way I see your faces, you definitely can pick up the message. But I look forward that to hear your voice. Okay, so don't just nod, don't just smile at me. I wish that time will come that you will be ready to do a presentation, because I will be asking you to do a presentation. I'm just giving this orientation, and the very first thing that you will do would be to introduce yourself. Okay, so but I will be giving you options on how to do it, because others are not very comfortable speaking in front of students. So I usually give options to my students if they don't want to do the presentation live, meaning they can record their presentation, or probably they can have something to look into or read as they do the presentation. I'm not very strict when it comes to that. Whatever will make you comfortable as you do the activity is okay with me. If you're not comfortable yet to speak, that's also perfectly fine, as long as you listen. And if you want to communicate with me, one like for example on a one-on-one basis, I can also be available to you. Okay, especially those who are graduating. I can give you time. I can give you some tips on how you can prepare yourself to be the best candidate for a position that you are aspiring for. Okay? So that's it for tonight. I will be posting the notice. I do appreciate that you are all now with the proper IDs. So I thank you for that. And I hope that you will stick to this class and just be patient. And definitely something good will happen to you, especially making yourself the best version of what you can become, especially as you prepare for a position or for a job. Okay? So again, don't forget, I will be posting a video for next week. I did not post because it's a holiday. So that's just the beginning. But for next week, the continuation of this orientation will be posted in the video lecture that is due for Monday. You can see it starting on probably Sunday to watch it. And I will be posting also the week 2 schedule. So please, if you don't receive anything, send me a message, use the portal and communicate with me, because sometimes I guess some people don't get the message, but I do send message, okay? So if you don't get anything, send me an email. Might probably a technical issue on your end maybe or on my end. Okay? So thank you. I wish to see you again next week. Stay safe and healthy and have a good night. As we say it in Tagalog, maraming salamat. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm.